22 years is how long I grafted for in the UK. How long I worked in the UK. 2 decades. Just grafting, doing everything right, paying your bills, raising my family. And after all of that time, I had absolutely nothing to show for it. And I'd just had enough. Like so many other people from the UK have literally just had enough. I've never seen so much content online about people just saying they've had enough of the UK and people wanting to leave and move to another country. And that's what I did in the end. Like 3 years ago, I just left, moved to Norway. I got really lucky though. It's not so easy to just up sticks and move to another country, especially after Brexit. But like 5 years ago, I started working as a contractor and getting some overseas contracts. And I got a contract in Norway, and I met my now wife. And once we got married, we originally planned. Well, my wife originally planned to move to the UK with me, but I just weighed up all the options and just thought, no, it's better if we just if I moved to Norway. And I've got to be honest, it's been the best decision I've ever made, because it's such a struggle in the UK. And I've seen all of these videos online, on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and everywhere, of people putting videos on of them just venting and angry and pissed off with the country, and how hard and how much of a struggle it is just to exist and survive there. And it is. 20 odd years ago, when I first started working, you don't realise that it's such a shit existence. You just think it's the norm. You used to think that it was just life. You go to work, you pay your bills, you try to save as much as you can, if you can, and try to enjoy yourself the best you can. But you never could. And if you did, you were scraping the barrel at the end of the month for money, waiting for your next pay. You're just living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck all the time. So in this video, I just wanted to vent and have a rant about it, because I go back all the time, every 4 to 6 weeks to the UK, because I've got my kids there. So I go back to see them all the time. And every time I go back, I just hate it more and more. Everything's getting so much more expensive. Like, Norway is an expensive country, like stupidly expensive for food, like alcohol and stuff. Just don't even think about it. It's stupidly expensive, but food's expensive. And it's like that in the UK now. I go back to the UK now and I go in the supermarkets or anything, and the food is expensive. I cannot believe how much more expensive food is just in the last few years. And I don't think wages have increased at all for people to sort of keep up with that kind of rising costs. So it's understandable why people are pissed off, and just sitting back from a distance where I've got a comfortable life in Norway, so much better than I've ever had in the UK. But sitting back from afar and watching it, it still pisses you off. I'm still British, I still love where I've grown up and all our values and everything, and to see it just turn into shit really pisses you off. And yeah, when I've looked back, when I moved to Norway after 22 years of working in the UK, in England, I literally had absolutely nothing to show for it. Didn't have a house, had a crappy car that I just sold before I came here. And that was it. No savings, no property, nothing. For 22 years of working. And it's not like I earned really, really low money. I was actually earning decent money before I left. But even decent money was just enough to get you by. Nothing. There never seemed to be anything left to. It's like saving for me was just out of the question. The only way you could save is if you just sacrificed everything and just lived like an absolute hermit and didn't spend a penny on anything other than the cheapest food you could buy. No socializing. I would literally have had to do absolutely nothing in order to like save some money. And it's like that from, I remember I started working when I was 14 years old. Actually, I was delivering newspapers. I was a paper boy for the local news agent where I'm from, where I lived. I used to work 7 days a week doing that. Morning papers and evening papers, and then Sunday morning papers. And I used to get £7.20 a week. And what used to really piss me off at the time is me mum, she used to make me give her half of that as well, to sort of teach me a lesson of like, when you're earning your own money, you have to pay your keep, you have to pay your own way. And I remember even my mum and dad, my dad arguing with her about it. He's been to work and he's earned it, he's taking his bloody money off him. But now, when I think back, she was just trying to teach us a valuable lesson, because all the way through my working life in the UK, that's all you do. You get your money in one hand and it all goes out in the next hand. It's just absolutely shit. Everything seemed to go up in price. Your wages rarely felt like they were following it. Rent was going up. Trying to get a house, to get a mortgage, was nigh on impossible to like save up for the deposit. In the end, when we got a house, when we got a mortgage, we had to get a loan for the deposit. So not only did we have the mortgage, we had a loan on top of it that we needed to get the mortgage. So you're just forced into debt to get anywhere in the UK. And that's where all your money goes. All your money just goes on paying bills. When you're struggling, you've got no money left at the end of the month, your washer breaks down, you know, you're throwing like some more debt. Oh, you can get this washing machine, pay nothing for the first year, and then X amount per month for the next 3 years. And you think, oh, it's a fantastic deal, I'll do that. And then everything else you do, the same sort of thing, and you end up just in shitloads of debt. And your wages go nowhere other than to pay those debts off. Then you have kids. You start a family in the UK, and you both need to work to pay the bills. So you need childcare. If you've got no family that can help you, you have to pay for childcare. Extortionately expensive. It's just such a struggle, honestly. And it's no wonder that people are pissed off, because it's getting worse and worse. You just feel like nothing's getting any easier. There's nothing being done to help people or to make life easier. All that ever happens is bills go up, taxes go up. Your council tax, what do you pay? What do we pay council tax for? To get your bins emptied? You know what I mean? And it goes up and up and up and up. And you think, well, what are you paying it for? You don't see where the benefit's going. The whole country looks like it's just fallen to bits. The roads are a mess. You know, I don't know. It just pisses me off. I'm just so glad that I made the decision to just move to another country, because the difference is massive. And Norway is an expensive country to live, but the difference is their wages, the wages are equal to the cost of living. So you don't feel like you're scraping the barrel at the end of the month. You've got enough money to pay your bills. You've got enough money to buy your food shopping. You've got enough money at the end of the month to go out and have a meal, or go out and have a few drinks with your friends. You know, to do something, to actually live your life. Another big difference which pissed us off was the culture of work as well. The working culture in England is just stress, stress, stress. They want more and more and more out of you for less money. The job that I do, I'm a CNC machinist, and I still get emails now from agents offering me positions back home, and the hourly rate is actually lower now than it was when I first started doing it. And they want more and more work out of you. They want you to do actual more things, more, what's the word? More, they just want more out of you at work for less money. Where now I'm in Norway, it's a much slower pace. You feel a lot more appreciated for what you do at work, where everywhere I work back in England, you never felt like you were part of anything. You just felt like you were there to be whipped and get more work out of you. And you had to work so much overtime just to sort of like earn enough to get by. It's just so annoying. So it was 22 years of just grafting non-stop for nothing but struggle and stress and debt. That's all I felt like my money was going on, just to pay bills and pay debts. And we might have periods where you're doing well and you feel like, oh, I've got a bit of extra money in my pocket, but it doesn't last 2 minutes. It's almost like teasing you that you're getting ahead in life, and then something will go wrong in the house. The boiler might pack up, the gas boiler for your heating. That's 2,000 quid for a new boiler. And there's anything that you might have saved up just gets wiped out straight away. Something goes wrong with your car, pulling money out, everything is just pull out. So yeah, I just wanted to vent, really. I would encourage anybody, if you've got the opportunity, look for pastures new, because it doesn't look like it's going to get any better anytime soon. Everything I read in the news, everything I read online is just pure misery, and it's no wonder that we're the most miserable bastards on the face of the earth. All we do is complain, but you can't blame us, because life is pretty shit in the UK, and it's just getting worse. And it's just sad, because I remember growing up as a kid, it was amazing. I loved it in the UK, even in my early 20s, before I realised that was just nothing but struggle. It was great. But now, everybody feels that pinch. Everybody seems to be struggling, and everybody's pissed off. Everybody's attitude stinks because they're stressed. Mental health is through the roof. And you can understand. But anyway, I'm done ranting. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, if you feel the same, if you feel like you're pissed off and you're struggling, let me know in the comments. Let's have a good rant about how shit it is in the UK and how difficult life is. And it always helps to have a rant, I feel, just to get it off your chest. But anyway, thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next video.